Hi, welcome back to Quake Clinic. How are you? Good, good, good. I'm glad you're able to come in now, even though I'm technically off the clock and this isn't regular business hours. We are trying to get as many people as we can involved in this alternative healing that we want to offer. So I knew that you'd be a good fit for it, and I'm glad that you made the time, so thank you. Okay, so I know that the email gave you a little bit of information about what we're going to do today. This is a non-invasive, very basic sort of process. Essentially, your job is to sit here and see if you feel any sensations based on what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is just use my natural hands, no gloves, no fragrances or oils. They're just completely sterile. And I'm going to sort of feel with my body, my mind, my emotions, and using my hands as a guide through your sort of aura. Now, I know that not everyone believes in this sort of thing, and that's completely fine. The whole purpose of this study is to see whether or not this treatment would be generally beneficial, overall beneficial to offer to our clients. And we do recognize and appreciate that unlike a lot of the other Western medicine that we practice here, which is all coded and learned in schools and certified, nationally. This is definitely more alternative, and it's something that we would only be able to offer after hours and in plain clothes, as we are not acting as true physicians in this sense. Does that make sense? Okay, good. Do you have any questions about the process? Yeah, so you just, you can stand, you can sit, you can lay down, whatever's most comfortable for you. Most people choose to either sit or lay down. And I'm just going to run my hands along certain areas, which I have learned in this alternative medicine correlate with certain aspects of your body. So, for example, I might move my hands to feel the sort of energy or sensation that you're feeling in that area of your body. Maybe I'll definitely work my way from the top to the bottom, and I should hopefully be able to sort of sense whether or not you're having an issue in any certain area. Right, so if you have back pain or knee pain, or if your feet are tender, if you have kidney stones, if you have any sort of internal or external issues that might need to be checked. Right, it's more sort of a diagnosis process than an actual treatment, if that makes sense. Exactly. As opposed to like exposing you to a bunch of harmful radiation or comparing any other sort of tests that would have to be more invasive. Okay, great. So you can choose your way to get comfortable. I am going to be getting quite close to you. Okay, that's all right. Okay, we know each other by now, so hopefully it's okay. All right. Yeah. So don't tell me in advance if you have anything wrong with you currently in terms of pain, or if you know that you have any certain kind of illness going on right now or anything like that. This is not a reporting situation, okay? Okay, it's just for me to try to see if I can feel, and you to give me some feedback on how it feels for you, if you feel relaxed from the process, if you feel nervous, or if it makes you feel better in any way or worse in any way. There's no right or wrong answer. Okay? Alright, so I'm just going to start here around your face. And I'm just going to try to feel anything that might be going on around your head. Have you been having any problems with your scalp lately, like dryness, itchiness? Okay. Do you often have any issues with peeling, dandruff? Okay. Yeah, I just feel sort of a spot kind of in the back center of your scalp. That seems like it might be a little itchy from time to time. Do you do anything about that? Just scratch it. Okay. Do you ever blow dry your hair, or do you just let it air dry? Okay. Because sometimes with the right combination of shampoo and actually applying heat to dry the area rather than letting it dry on its own can be a solution for something like that. Okay, and I'm just feeling now along your jaw energy. I didn't feel anything else as an issue with the back of your scalp or around the sides. Okay, so I'm just gonna feel. Seems like you might have a little bit of tenderness in your left side. Okay, so that's something you know about. Okay. Okay. Seems good. Otherwise, I'm just gonna feel now around your forehead. Feels a little tight. Have you had any sort of headaches or pressure build up in your forehead lately? Okay. If you are exercising, I would recommend to not bend over after you exert yourself and to avoid exercises where you are having to lean forward at all from an upright position. So not an issue with floor work necessarily, but just bending down to, say, pick up a medicine ball or to work your hamstrings with weights, make sure your head is up. If you have to bend forward for any exercises, even maybe a couple hours after you exert yourself, keep prone. Don't even bend forward to pet your animal or get something off the ground, because that could be causing some tension here through your forehead. That's really uncomfortable and can definitely result in tension headaches later in the day. Okay, I'm just feeling now around your nose and sinus area. Do you have a past injury on your nose? Broken? It seems to have healed fairly well. Obviously, I can't tell based on sight. And I do feel a little more tension and sort of a tenderness around your sinus cavities right here. Okay. Again, particularly on that left side. So that could be related to the sort of jaw tenderness as well. Though I do feel a little bit of tension on the right as well. Okay. I feel almost a different sort of energy around your mouth. Not necessarily to do with a physical ailment, but maybe an emotional one. Feeling maybe like your words haven't been coming out right lately. Not enough or too much. Well, don't forget that oftentimes, number one, we're hard on ourselves. Number two, people who judge our lack or excess of talking can often be speaking out of their own insecurities and perceived shortcomings. So try not to be too hard on yourself in that area, because it is coming through and impacting on a very palpable way your own energy field and consequently your own happiness. Okay, how are you feeling so far? Just gonna take a short note. Okay. Okay, that's fair. Okay. Just continue to monitor how you feel. I did mean to tell you, by the way, that you're welcome to close your eyes if you'd like. Doesn't impact what I'm doing. And you also don't have to look at me or into my eyes. You're welcome to look behind me or wherever you feel comfortable if you do want your eyes open. Okay? Okay. So now I'm going to move into your neck and shoulders region, okay? So I'm just going to feel here along the sides and also around the back of your neck. Feel a little bit of a pain sort of coming down your scalp, right at the sort of base of the neck there. That's going down, it feels like, to your shoulder blades, sort of along that center line back there. Have you been feeling pain in this area? Just gonna try to disperse some of that energy because it does feel a little knotted, almost like a physical muscle. Okay. I'm going to cross our hands just around your shoulders now and feel your clavicle sort of area as well. That seems good. Shoulders do seem a little tense. If you can just sort of let them hang. Just gonna feel under your arms now. And around your elbows. Did you hit your elbow lately? On the right side. Feels a little bruised, bothered. Are you right-handed? Okay. Sometimes there's a little extra energy or tension on the side that we are dominant because we use it often, especially if you're writing a lot or working with your arms in another way, playing sports or video games or making art. I'm just now scanning your chest. It feels pretty good and healthy. I can feel down towards, as I move towards your stomach, that there seems to be a little more tension than I've felt anywhere else. Do you have digestive issues often? It just seems for some reason like your stomach is a bit upset. Maybe consider, if you haven't been eating very well lately, try to clear your stomach. It can be helpful to eat oatmeal, apples, grapes, fibers like beans, spinach, just to cleanse that sort of intestinal structure, because it does feel a little inflamed and irritated. And if you have been eating well, I would say to change up. Don't eat the same thing every time, every day, because this can also cause trouble. Need to have balance in all things, but especially digestive balance, as it can really impact the rest of our body and our mind as well. That is where we get all of our life source from, after all. All of our energy. I'm just working to try and move some of that energy for you. Obviously, it's not a cure, but I'll do a little bit I can to help and ease some of that pain and discomfort, which is very common, by the way. The stomach is a hard habitat to keep healthy in this day and age, especially. Feeling a little better. Okay. I'm gonna move around to your back if you don't mind. And I'll be working with opposite hand that obviously you won't be able to see since it will be behind you, so I'll keep one in front as well to help sort of mirror, so you can have a visual if you'd like of what is happening. Okay. Just feeling up near your shoulder blades here to start at the top. There is that slight bit of pinching that I was mentioning. Coming down your back here. Okay. Feeling down the spine a bit. And on the other side. Okay. Have you been having some lower back pain? I feel a sort of tightness there. I know lower back pain can be very common for a number of reasons. I'm just going to reach around you if that's okay. Okay. And those reasons can overlap sometimes with other things that are going on. The low back is kind of more of a receiver of pain, if that makes sense, than an outlet. It tends to react to other issues in the stomach, in the general digestive area, but also to deal with excreting waste or having issues with kidney stones or reproductive organs, or just being stressed. Misusing the back can also cause radiating sort of pain that spreads to the low back when it may not have started there. So it's very difficult for me to say. You would probably know better than I would as to what might be causing that, but I do feel certainly a very pronounced feeling of tightness in that low back. Okay. And you can readjust if you need to become more comfortable in this moment as well. It won't bother me, don't worry. I'm just gonna do one last sort of projected scan of your back. Do you mind if I see your hand here? And flip it over for me. Okay, other side. And flip it over for me. Okay, you can relax. Okay. I don't really sort of feel anything else at the moment from these larger scans of your upper body. I am though going to just sort of come close again and feel to see what's going on with your skin overall. Okay, and some other conditions that are worth taking a look into. Okay, so I'm just going to be feeling your general energy again here, but I'm going to focus on your exterior more so this time. I would say your skin feels pretty well hydrated. Incorporating maybe a glass more water a day might help with some irregularities in your skin. For example, acne, dryness, and feel a little bit of oiliness in your eye and nose area, which is common. But drinking just a little bit more water can definitely help with those things. I also feel like it would benefit you to take a bit of a vitamin for your hair, skin, and nails, so a biotin rich vitamin. And they sell these now, very popular in grocery stores, drugstores, big box stores. There are a couple brands such as Nature's Bounty that have a gummy version, which I think could benefit you. I do feel a little bit of dryness in your hair, and I noticed your nails were slightly brittle as well. Do they break often? This can definitely help, and I think between a multivitamin like that, a biotin rich vitamin, and just a little more water, I think that will do a lot for your skin and just the general appearance of your coloring looking nice and healthy and dewy. Okay. You also might be able to use a little bit of an ear cleaning, it feels like. It seems like there's a little bit of blockage, which could be your body's response to that pain, especially in your left side, which is where I'm feeling majority of that sensation, like a packed sort of sensation So maybe we can schedule you for an ear cleaning upcoming. Do you get a dry throat? Just when you wake up, okay. That extra water might help with that, or could be environmental as well if you're dealing with the weather, and also if you sleep with a fan circulating that air, that could be contributing to that. Okay. Not feeling much of any other external issues with your upper body. Maybe sometimes some sporadic acne in the chest and back area. Does that tend to get better with the cooler months? Sometimes just sweating, the fabrics that we might be wearing, if it's something that's not going to wick away that moisture or absorb it, that can influence a surge in that sort of skin condition. Be sure that you're changing your pillowcase and sheets and washing them at least once a week to help with that in the meantime. And of course, scrub really, lather, I should say, really well when you're washing. Okay. I think we can feel down now to the legs. They feel a little stiff in the musculature to your knees. Your knee joints pop or crack at all when you stand up or exercise or walk around after sitting for a while. Yeah, your knees seem just a little tender, which could be from activity or it could be from lack of activity. I would say be easy on your knees. Use supports if necessary. And if you're sitting for an extended period of time, try to get up every 20 to 30 minutes and get some blood flow to your legs to help keep everything fresh and well stimulated. That circulation for your legs is very important and can lead to a lot of other problems if you don't get that taken care of in your daily life. We don't want that. I feel a little bit of knotting too in your calf muscles. If you have access to a roller, I think it would be beneficial for you to use on your lower leg especially. But if you don't have a roller, or if you can't pick up a handheld roller from the store, you can use a lacrosse ball, golf ball, street hockey ball, baseball or tennis ball even, anything that you can grip that is very solid, and just roll up and down and in a circular motion along those muscles in the lower leg to help them stay stretched out. Again, especially if you're sitting for a long period of time on any given time, or if you're doing exercise like running, biking, swimming, lifting weights. Okay? And now your feet. Have you noticed any bumps along the bottom of your foot? I feel sort of a bump sort of feeling, tenderness on the bottom of your foot. Otherwise, it just feels like some tension that can probably use a little massage. Massaging your feet is actually one area that you can really feel the effects, even if you're doing it to yourself. So, again, I would recommend, especially on days when you're on your feet a lot, or running, or using them with impact of pressure, give yourself a little foot massage. You can use a lotion or an oil. You can just use the pressure of your thumbs if you want a little bit of a tougher friction there. Or you can even do it in the shower or bath with or without soap. Just depends on how hard you want the pressure to be, what feels good to you. I would separate your toes a little as well, and just loosen everything up generally in your feet, ankles, and calves. Okay. Okay. So how are you feeling? Take some more notes here. I know we went over a lot, so we did the exterior of your top, and then we did your bottom, and I sort of did interior and exterior at the same time, or like back to back essentially. I didn't really notice anything on the exterior that was an issue. Your skin looks healthy. Yeah, I didn't feel any sort of abrasions or anything that I was worried about. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I know my computer's off at a weird angle. You can keep talking though, I've got you. Okay. So you did start to feel a bit relaxed by the end. Okay, well that's good. Is there anything where you could attribute that feeling to, that sensation? Okay. Okay. Do you think that the visual was more sort of relaxing, or the auditory component, or was it a mixture of the two? Sort of a mix, okay. Okay, and then just a few more questions for you if you don't mind. Okay. Is this alternative healing something that you'd be willing to participate in again in the future if it were a service that we offered here at Quake? Okay. And can you just give me a brief explanation why? And nothing that you say is gonna hurt my feelings or make me think any differently of you, so you can say whatever you really feel. It's helpful for us to get the proper data. Okay. Okay. Have you ever participated in any sort of alternative healing before? And what were the results? Okay. Did you use that information to influence any medical treatments or assessments in the more traditional sense that you received afterward or sought out? Okay. All right. Did you have any other sort of information or feedback that you'd like for us to know? Yeah, any sort of comments about the type of healing, the program, the length of the session, anything you wish that had been focused on more or less, if you have a preference to how these sort of sessions go? Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Well, unless there's anything else, I think that we are done. Okay. Alright, well, as you know, you're welcome to stay here and hang out for a bit if you'd like. You can take a nap. You can have some snacks if you want. Or if you're ready, you can embark back into the world and get on with your life. But I do think we should get you for that ear cleaning if you're interested. So, do you want me to give you a reminder call at some point? We can set up an appointment. I think you still have one for this year that's covered, so. Okay. Alright, I'll do that then. Okay. Well, it was really, really nice to see you. Okay. I'll see you next time.